Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome live here on Saturday nights to the #1 virtual fight capital in the world, the Esports Fight League. We are live for ESFL 114 show on the PS4 side. I am your host and play-by-play commentator, Kingsley, and alongside me is the one, the only Frank. Frank, how you doing today, man?
I'm fantastic. A lot better now that I'm in the booth with you and Yuri this morning.
Absolutely. And Yuri, happy Easter to you. How are you feeling today, man?
Yeah, man, I can't be more excited. We are about to have the most wonderful Easter Sunday card, packed to the brim full of high octane action, Kingsley.
Absolutely. I mean, take a look at this fight card. 10 amazing fights for you guys on this Easter Sunday. I mean, the co-main event is going to be Papa Doc versus Bill Actions. And then the main event, 5 rounds, DavyH versus Wordlife. Amazing contest all throughout this card. And Frank, I'll start with you. What fight are you looking forward to the most when you look at this amazing fight card on this Sunday night?
Oh man, there's a lot of great fights on. But honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing Goat 1099 take on Leon Stoles. I got a lot of eyebrows raising in that matchup. Personally, I'm willing to see. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing who's gonna come away with that one. What about you, Yuri? Anything jumping out at you?
Yeah, of course, man. I want to see how GOAT bounces back from that, obviously controversial loss. And of course, I'd like to see Glass Table Girls. I mean, that's formerly Renee XO. So, I mean, we're going to see how she adapts. New name, could be a new fight style. Hopefully, we see something excellent out of both of those fighters.
Absolutely. And also, guys, get your predictions ready and going because all of these fights are going to be like worth your channel points. You could also predict who you think is going to win throughout every single fight. So, a lot of great things happening for you guys on this Sunday night here on the ESFL. And I think our first fight is ready to go in the welterweight division. It's going to be LS Warhon versus KIA Humble. And Yuri, when you look at the scouting report, this is looking to be a great start off for the ESFL tonight.
Yeah. Well, both of these fighters, man, they are fighting to get the finish. They are absolutely not looking for the decision whatsoever. That's why you want to have a really fast-paced start to a beautiful card like this one. Of course, Warhon, he's known for that diversive striking, very Anderson Silva-esque. I hate to keep reiterating the fact that this guy is a beautiful counterpuncher. And then when it comes to KIA Humble, I mean, if you don't know the name, you will know soon after this. This guy is coming in with his nose down and going to create fireworks no matter what. Humble is 0-2, really looking to get that first notch under his belt tonight.
And Frank, when you see Leon Edwards versus Jorge Masvidal, very interesting matchup. Not really seeing like any of this fight going to the ground.
I was just about to say grapple because I feel like both these guys are trying to stand up, so make the other one uncomfortable. Somebody take somebody down.
Absolutely. And as you see, the referee again, our first fight ready to go. Again, Warhon I think in the blue gloves using Masvidal, as you see right there in the red gloves. It is KIA Humble. Let's see how this first fight gets going for ESFL 114, live here on Twitch and on YouTube. And already leg kicks coming out from both gentlemen as a nice, just not really checking. Oh, front kick, not really getting hit, but a nice punish from Warhon. Doing some good job trying to gauge his distance, trying to land a head kick, not really landing so far. And Frank, already a different kind of style that we're seeing in this fight. Just both guys trying to stand up, not really going for takedowns, as a couple of punishes happening right here.
Yeah, both guys have seen those front kicks coming and they both slipped those. So that's going to be interesting to see going forward because a lot of people like to establish those front kicks early and often. So if they know that that's not going to be there, I'm curious what other tools they're going to reach for to see what they can do. A good sidestep there by Edwards to get out of the way of that spinning back kick because that could have done some huge damage to him. He's doing some damage to that block of Masvidal as well, man.
Yeah, and this is something you got to be very careful of when you have Jorge Masvidal. At any point in time, he could just break off a 3-piece and a soda, as he does now. Goes right to the body. I mean, it's exactly almost taking the words out of my mouth as it happens. You got to be very careful here if you're Humble. One thing I would like to see him try to do is work that body teep, a la Blake Tyler, and really start working down some of that stamina, because if you do, eventually you're going to be able to deal with Jorge Masvidal blitzing you.
Already in the halfway mark of this contest so far. We see Warhon getting a rock a couple of moments ago, and now it's up to Humble to answer back, trying to use some of the stamina, getting some nice body shots, but we're also seeing Warhon using the body shots a little bit more with his body kicks, and now using those 1-2s for the head kicks so far, but now he's just landing in the body. Both guys trying to use that front kick from Humble. Humble not able to land. It seems like home run hits has been the style of the fight so far. And who's going to make the first mistake as we approach the 2-minute mark right here, Frank? Oh, whip right there. Oh,
I couldn't even answer. I couldn't even answer.
Oh my God.
It's hilarious, Kingsley, because I was literally about to tell you that I thought Masvidal was going to make the first mistake because I thought he was getting too comfortable throwing the 1-2 head kick. Shows I know nothing.
Oh my gosh. You know what, guys? This is the second time I've seen KIA Humble get a head kick ducked and knocked out cold. This guy has the worst luck throwing those head kicks. And to the person who bet his life savings in the prediction, Warhon, you just made the biggest come up for no reason. Oh my gosh. Poor Humble, man. Poor Humble.
Oh, man. That is a tough one.
Yeah, I mean, it was very much a tough one. It seems like both guys were having some good moments, but we were able to see that rock from Warhon in the first couple of moments, and then it went on into just one mistake from Humble trying to go for the head. He was getting hit with some head kicks, or he was blocking some, so he was like, why don't I do a head kick of my own? And then just the wrong moment, the nice duck into a very complete punishing overhand to the face of Humble. And man, I mean, chat, this is what the ESFL is all about. You blink and you miss it. That's how easy these fights can be and how incredible they can be with these vicious knockouts. And man, these fights have been that fight was amazing. We still have a couple of more fights ready to go. And speaking, we have our next fight ready to go. It's going to be Boiler versus 11 Bravo. And Frank, when you look in the scout report, this looks to be an amazing fight on paper while people are getting their predictions out.
Yeah, man, this one's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, Boiler has been around the man. He's former #1 ranked on Ea Sports MMA, and he qualified for a Fight Night Round 4 of Las Vegas tournament using only Joe Frazier. This man knows his combat sports. He knows these games, and he's very good at them. But he's got a tough test across from him in 11 Bravo, a former UFL champion with excellent grappling and submission skills. This guy's trying to get to the fight to the ground, and he's going to try and take one of your limbs home. That's just how 11 Bravo fights, and he's had a lot more success than he hasn't, in doing so. So I'm curious to see how the takedown defense of Boiler stands up and what plans he has, for when the fight goes to the ground. Boiler's a self-proclaimed sprawl and brawl boxer, a counter striker, and he's got more than a decade of experience. So I feel like he's seen everything. Whereas Bravo is adaptable, has excellent top game, and a great submission offense. So we're gonna see which one of these styles is gonna be the victor here. It looks like we got Boiler gonna be using Glover Teixeira, and Bravo's just looking around, seeing who he's gonna use right now. Probably Jacare. I was about to say I've seen him bust out Jacare a few times. He's pretty solid with them. So we're gonna see, where this fight takes place. If it goes to the ground, then Bravo's got a great shot. But if it stays on the feet, I think Boiler can make it super interesting. Go ahead.
And Yuri, I'll go to you. When you look at this fight, Souza versus Teixeira, I mean, between these guys, what is your betting money on this contest in the light heavyweight division?
Yeah, I mean, just based off of the matchups alone, Glover Teixeira has the strength at light heavyweight to get the job done on the feet. So I could see maybe Jacare having a little bit of advantage because he's going to have that plus when he goes into that clinch and starts working on those submissions.
And here we go, guys. This is your second fight of ESFL 114. Again, 11 Bravo in the red gloves using Jacare Souza. In the blue is Boiler 569 coming off of his Boiler Invitational, which was a highly successful event. Now fighting the ESFL in his debut of the season and already landing with those uppercuts, landing very nicely. But again, already with the leg health being blinking, and now he's getting punched with some an uppercut. Crazy momentum booster for 11 Bravo right here, Frank.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere, man. It's just like one shot and then bam, his leg was shredded. But he's got to be careful with that. But I think Boiler's gonna, checking those whenever they start coming back. I feel like he's, I say that and then he gets hit again, Yuri.
Yeah, he's just getting unlucky. He's trying to do those major lunges in the middle of getting leg kicked. It's incredibly unlucky. But now he's got to realize that 11 Bravo is doing an excellent job of moving his head, and he's doing a very solid counter fighting ability because you got to be careful if you're a Boiler not to get wrapped up in this striking with Jacare as he gets another beautiful slip straight. 11 Bravo seems to be incredibly comfortable on the feet here, and the problem is Jacare is a ground style fighter, so you have to be very careful here if you're Boiler. I'd start working those round strikes, try to avoid getting countered as much as possible.
Yeah, and you have to think that leg kick, the leg health was already depleted, and that was just an unfortunate circumstances for Boiler. And now he's just getting slipped straight and get hit with some vicious uppercuts. He's getting some nice body, but the vicious uppercut landing for a rock, and already 11 Bravo looking really nicely. The momentum's on his side, able to push, dictate the pace a little bit in this contest, and those leg kicks are just doing some damage. And we don't see hardly any checks coming out the side from Boiler so far here, Frank.
Yeah, Bravo looks really good right now, man. He's, like you said, so comfortable, super composed, and he's able to just, keep attacking. I mean, he just keeps firing off those leg kicks and they keep landing. And then I was just about to say that's going to set him up so he can start going to the body. He can start going to the head. Good body kick there by Boiler as he caught him leaning back. I thought there was a possibility of getting a body rock right there, but it wasn't in the cards that time. But we're seeing Boiler start to fire back here.
Oh, overhand. Wait a minute.
With the overhand.
Oh,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's what I was going to say. He needs to start working the body a little bit, bring that block down. Because yep, there it is. Oh, beautiful late deny. That could have been so dangerous with only 50 seconds left. But that's what I was going to say. Boiler as Glover Teixeira needs to start working down that stamina against 11 Bravo and Jacare Souza, because you take away the submissions, and then plus you bring that block down just a little bit, and that set up that beautiful overhand. Boiler's doing a really solid job as he hits him with another one there through the block. Jacare just eats the damage, and then he's trying to work those legs again. And if I'm Jacare Souza, I'm trying to clinch this fight in the second round. You don't want to get caught up in saying, hey, I can sit here and outblocks Glover Teixeira. I'm getting the fight down to the ground, and I'm going for that submission.
As we take a look at the end of the round replays, that uppercut landing so nicely for 11 Bravo. It seemed like it could have been entirely his round with the leg kicks and the uppercuts and the slip straights happening, but Boiler able to just adapt and come back, getting a rock of his own. It's going to be very close how they just score that round, but here we go into the second round right here. Let's see if Boiler can continue some momentum after that first round, or will 11 Bravo try to finish it right here? Again, 11 Bravo in the red gloves, Boiler in the blue, and we see Boiler trying to dictate the pace, trying to go for an overhand right there, not really getting anything into the clinch, and that head health is blinking right now. 11 Bravo just putting his opponents back to cage, a nice sidestep, not really getting much out of it. Boiler getting some nice uppercuts, getting that head health low, and Yuri, I have to go to you. The clinches are working for 11 Bravo, and he kind of needs to just keep it right here into Zachary's strength.
Yeah, he did a really good job of rocking the boat forward and then pulling back and get him into that back seating position. This is exactly what he needs to do. Start faking there, and it looks like he's going to get denied for that rear naked choke. Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. He's really trying his best to, take his time in his back sitting position, because if you do, you're going to eventually be able to sneak through a rear naked choke. And as I say that, again, I seem to be cursing these fighters today. Frank, what's the cheese to get out of this, man? Or do you just kind of, do your best because it's not looking good?
I was about to say, you said, what's the cheese to get out of this? Usually when I'm in this position, I kind of start praying, and then whatever happens, because once you're here, you're in a bad position. I mean, the best thing to do, obviously, is just try and deny the choke from even being set up. And he tried to do that. He was able to do it the first time, but the second one, Bravo was able to slip it in, and that's what happens, man. And, that submission game of Jacare is so strong, that back sitting RNC is just so deadly. That's what happens.
Yeah, and there you have it. 11 Bravo taking the victory, a submission victory with Jacare Souza being so deadly with the submissions into Boiler. It seemed like Boiler just didn't have an answer to the clinch. And when it came to the ground, just taking the back, as you see in the replays right here, just very gruesome for Boiler. But man, 11 Bravo doing a well job to get the victory right there. Frank, going back to you, if you were in Boiler, how would you try to defend against his Jacare Souza opponent that wants to go to the ground but is able to just hit you with leg kicks and just in clinch attempts? How would you try to defend those kind of situations if you were Boiler in that situation?
If I was Boiler in that situation, I'm throwing uppercuts like they're going out of style, uppercuts and overhand. If he tries to take you down, he might end up going into one of those uppercuts, and that's going to stop those clinch attempts as well. No, excuse me. I said uppercuts. I meant straights. But straights will stop the clinch attempts, but uppercuts will stop takedowns. I just feel like you got to just, I don't know, like meet him in the middle, bite down on the mouthpiece, and just start swinging, because worst case scenario, you're going to get taken down. And I mean, if you get taken down, it's already, you kind of already know what's going to happen anyway. So you just kind of got to do what you can and just take the fight to him so you can do damage while it's still on the feet. But I mean, that's a tough situation. That's a big ask of anybody, Kingsley. So
Yeah, and I will go on to the other side of the coin. I mean, Yuri, we've seen 11 Bravo in the UFL becoming a champion, now working his way from the ESFL. Where do you see his ranking going from here, from such a dominant submission performance from that last contest?
Yeah, I mean, what I saw out of 11 Bravo is I saw a one-on-one guy who desperately needed to get the win. And, he tried to strike in that first round, realized things were kind of going south, and then he went for that ill-fated rear naked choke. And some people might look down upon that. I, however, don't. Hey, look, it is what it is. The guy had to go out there and get a win, and he got one. One thing that I see out of him is I don't think he should be fixated on trying to strike with grapplers. If I'm him and I'm trying to strike, I'm going to go with the striker, right? Because if you get wrapped up into that against some of these absolute killers over in PS, they're going to eventually make you pay for that. So if you're going to try and grapple somebody, don't waste your time. Don't waste your health. Just get the fight down to the ground and go for that submission.
Absolutely. And again, congrats to 11 Bravo for getting the victory in ESFL 114. We'll get to see him in other cards, and hopefully Boiler can fight again in the ESFL. He's an awesome mod. He does a lot for the community, so I'm sure we'll get to see him again. But speaking of seeing amazing fights, we are still going through the prelims of ESFL 114 here live on Twitch and on YouTube. And our next fight is ready to go, as it will be Ali Creed versus Marshall Machine. Both guys undefeated with 1-0 records. Frank, when you look at the scout report, both of these guys want to put on a show and prove why they're still undefeated.
Absolutely, man. Ollie Creed, like you said, both guys want to know. Ollie Creed has great striking, loves the pressure. He's a very well-rounded. This guy is good at everything. He got a first-round knockout earlier this morning, and for him because he's back for more here today in the ESFL. He's facing a tough task in his opponent, Marshall Machine, who's a very aggressive grappler, has a very strong usage of his feints, and very precise attacks. So we'll see if Ali gets caught biting on those feints, or if he just continues to implement his own game plan. He's going to see if he can score another first-round knockout here this evening. So we'll see what he's got for us.
Yeah, and Yuri, I have to go to you. This has to be a betting man's nightmare. I mean, Aljamain Sterling versus a Peter Yan with both of these guys undefeated. It's kind of hard to dictate who you think is going to win this contest.
Yeah, hopefully Piotr Yan doesn't have that ground knee experience, because if he does, obviously we're going to see a disqualification finish. Now, I'm definitely thinking that Piotr Yan is the favorite just based off of the matchups. I hope Ali Creed doesn't fall in love with striking, similar to how we just saw with Yakarez. He's doing a good job working that body teep. Marshall Machine is an absolute killer, and this is somebody you're going to have to really, really not fall in love with on the feet.
And here we go. We are in the thick of the first round. Again, Ali Creed in the red glove using Aljamain Sterling. Marshall Machine in the blue using Yan. And already we're seeing a bunch of leg kicks, a bunch of body shots, and now combinations in the phone booth from both competitors, as we see Machine doing some good job gauging his distance a little bit, trying to use those jabs, trying to use that knee a little bit, but not able to get anything. And now uppercuts trying to land from Creed, but Creed not able to get any distance. But he gets a nice combination right there, an uppercut into a left hook. That would do some good damage to the head health. But right now, Marshall Machine whipping on that left hook right there, but able to get the distance. Now a check kick. So far, so good defensively for Ali Creed. Even though he gets swept, he's looking good so far right here, Frank.
Yeah, he is. He's taking some shots from Yan, but I mean, it's a fight. You're gonna get hit. He's doing a good job of minimizing possible, because, like you said, Marshall Machine is looking to put on some pressure, and he's doing a great job of it so far. But Sterling has been doing a good job getting his head off that center line and keeping himself out of too much danger here, Yuri.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of keeping himself out of danger, and that's exactly what you need to do. If you're going to attempt to strike Piotr Yan on the feet, you're going to utilize that reach advantage. A small one, but there's some of a reach advantage when you're using Aljamain Sterling. Use those side kicks, because if you start getting into a pocket and brawling with a Piotr Yan, you're in serious trouble. And there you go right there. You start using your head movement just a little bit too much, you lean straight into a front kick. I mean, we've seen absolute killers use Piotr Yan and look very good doing it, so you have to be super, super careful trying to deal with this pressure boxing with Marshall Machine.
And already the check kick lands, and that's a leg health event. That will work very well in justice scorecards for Ali Creed, just catching the legs a little bit, doing so well defensively. He was able to get pieced up a little bit despite the phone booth, and now you have to think Marshall Machine trying to use that pull, trying to use that uppercut, but so far so good from both the bears, getting some momentum. And now here we go into the ground and side control for Ali Creed, going into the sprawl. And Yuri, I'll go to you. This is where Sterling wants to be. He wants to take control of the ground. With limited time left, he has to be looking good in justice scorecards.
Yeah, I just camp out this sprawl position. Hopefully get a denial. God bless America. I do it again. Hopefully get a denial and start working down that body health a little bit. Not really try to overextend here in the posture up. Maybe get off a few strikes, start working down that block. That's honestly the best case scenario as he fails to deny the get up. Hopefully he guesses right. He does not. Backpack down. You know, he's not going to get that 50% stamina advantage so he can get it into full guard. Yeah, just kind of hang out right here. And you know, hopefully just deny this posture up and you should be looking good if you're Martial Machine. Obviously, if you're Ali Creed, this is something that you're seeing, hey, it's working. I'm going to go back into the well in the second round and hopefully be able to get some more damage off.
Yeah.
Frank, I'll go to you. I mean, that end of the round, the posture up, getting some points scored and just ruined the head health of Peter Yan right there. Frank, you have to think that had to be Sterling's round right there.
Round 2, you ready?
Yeah, it was starting off shaping up as Jan's round, but as I was thinking to myself, Sterling should probably try and take this to the ground. He did so, and he found success there. So like Yuri said, I'm looking for him to go to the well and do the same thing here in the second round. I feel like that's where he's gonna win this fight. Ali Creed's a very good player and is very good everywhere in this game, but when you're fighting Aljamain Sterling versus Petr Yan, you want to get on the ground, man. That's where you've got your best chance here.
And as we are keeping it to the stand-up right here in the second round, a nice head kicks landing from both competitors, but right now it seems like the uppercuts have been getting, as you see, significant strikes, 22 for Sterling in the lower third right there, as we're approaching closer and closer to the halfway mark of the second round. Body shot landing very nicely for Martial Machine. Martial Machine taking the center of the octagon, nice straight into the face of Creed, but Creed able to answer back with a switch kick. And Yuri, I have to think, tries to go for a judo throw right there. He's having a fun time just keeping it striking for Ali Creed right here.
Yeah, what he's doing is he's getting mesmerized by Martial Machine's combinations. He's watching and he's not fighting. You 100% have to sell out, get this fight down to the ground, because if this turns into a kickboxing match, if this turns into a Yoel Romero Diddy boxing match, this is going to be a 100% loss. You have to do your best to get this fight down to the ground. I'm talking working the clinch, you know, trying to get back into that single collar tie, get it to the fence, and really, really try your best, because right now you're going to lose this fight if you don't continue this way.
And I'll lead it to you, Frank. I mean, so far we see the flying knees almost kind of coming out, and now it's just been a brawl so far. You have to think this favors Ali Creed when it goes into a brawl, because it seems like he's more willing to throw like more home run hits compared to Petr Yan.
Yeah, it looks like Martial Machine is just trying to stay technical, and Ali Creed doesn't mind throwing the textbook out the turning this thing into a nasty scrap, which, I mean, it has its perks, certainly. It's a lot of fun for us to watch, but man, I'm really just wondering, why is he not going to the ground? Ooh! Okay, well, then he gave me his answer, so I guess I'm gonna stop talking now.
Anthem received with 120 left in the second round. A spinning roundhouse knocks down Petr Yan. Martial Machine kind of in trouble as he gets his back taken. And you have to think the rear naked choke, he has plenty of time, but a good situation going to the backside right here with 1 minute to go. And now again from the first round, we saw the top mount position. Now it's into the back mount in the second round. And Yuri, he could just kind of camp out right here and kind of signify that this is his round right here.
Yeah, that's not good right there. Getting in the back flat. He has to do a good job, and he's gonna, of course, we see another rear naked choke. This is exactly what Ali Creed needs to do to really snuff out this Petr Yan player. But Martial Machine, this rear naked choke isn't as strong as the back flat one or the back sitting one. He's going to be able to get out of this. But now Martial Machine has to realize that he's down 2-0 with that late drop that Ali Creed got against him. So he's going to really have to start selling out this one, you know, not try to be as technical and kind of use what Ali Creed did to get that head health advantage so late in that second round and really go out and just go crazy. Have fun, go crazy, get this win, Martial Machine. It's up to you now, Frank, man. This is a really solid matchup so far.
Man, I'm having a lot of fun with this fight so far. These guys are back and forth, and it seems like Sterling is kind of starting to get out to a lead, but Martial Machine is starting things off. I mean, he's pushing him. He is pressing him. He's behind both black lines. Now Sterling is just trying to, you know, fight back and get to the center of the octagon. But, I mean, this is a lot of fun. Kingsley, he's hurt. He's hurt.
Well, he is hurt. Absolutely. The spinning roundhouse has been the move of the fight so far for Ali Creed. Ali, oh, he wins! He wins! Oh, that was a rock. Was it a rock? That's a back up. An overhead win! Wait a minute! Are you kidding me? Martial Machine is not human. He's a literal machine.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, I guess it was the hubris, man. He fell in love with that spinning side kick. Almost got the next one. He almost landed it, but he was Martial Machine was able to get that slip, and then that spelled the beginning of the end. And oh my goodness, man. Wow. Because it's like as soon as I'm thinking, all right, Creed's got this thing in the bag, he's got it wrapped up. No, this is still the fight game. It only takes one. That'll change the entire complexion of the fight. So wow, hats off to Martial Machine for that one. Excellent victory there, man. You earned that one. Good job.
Yeah, he 100%. Yeah, he earned that one, man. He got down 2 rounds to none. And exactly as I said, go out there and just sell out, man. Get the job done. And what happened was he moved his head just a little bit on that spinning side kick, right? Hit him with that beautiful lead hook. And by the time he moved his head from that spin side kick, his stamina was down to 0. He was blinking stamina. So when he got him on that cage and he started just pounding his face in, he doesn't have anything to recover with. And there he goes. He's gone just like that. Martial Machine, man, is somebody you're really going to have to look out for. This guy is very, very good at UFC 4.
I mean, funny enough, I remember seeing on Twitter, he put out a tweet saying, like, people are going to remember my name when I fight. I'm looking to make out a name, and by God, you did. What a comeback. I mean, he got hit with that twice in the first round and in the second round. And then the third round, he finally adapted and learned his lesson, and then he was able to punish perfectly. And then when he still saw his opponent still standing up, he was able to have that killer instinct to just go in. I think it was an uppercut into an overhand, and that hit him while he was going down. So his head held and his black gaze was low. And then when his back to the case, he was able to finish off. Incredible end to the fight. He had to throw the kitchen sink, and he just yeeted 100 meters out of the way into his opponent's face to win that incredible sub. You love to see it in the ESFL. I mean, incredible stuff. And man, I hope you guys are enjoying it. But before we even get into even more fights, I mean, this is what you can expect in the #1 virtual fight capital in the world, the Esports Fight League. We have 4 events every single week, starting on Wednesdays with the Affiliate League, and then the multi-tournament on Fridays, and then the number cards that you usually see on Saturdays and Sundays. So a lot of things that you can see here on Twitch and on YouTube, along with the VODs. And Yuri, you could talk about the Discord. I mean, the Discord is where you want to be at your part of the ESFL.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'll use this platform to say the Discord is honestly a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Everybody's having an excellent time all the time. There's no toxicity. It's honestly one of the most untoxic Discords in the all of UFC community. You got guys who will go out there and genuinely put you under their wing and make you good at this game. It happened to me. That's how I got to the point wherever I felt like I was competitive. So if you need help to get better at this game, 100%, just sign up for the Discord. And look, Twitch chat right here, !Discord. It's real easy. There's people out there that are going to really, really try and help you be good at this game. And I just want to give a shout out to the chat real quick. 150 people in the Twitch. And you got 100 people on YouTube, 250 people total. And if you just look at the reactions to that last knockout, everybody just went nuts. It was beautiful. This is something that we all love giving you, man. And guess what, guys? It's free. It's honestly free. We just ask you, just drop the follow button, man. Ring that notification bell. And if you can, obviously, get that sub. It would help us out a lot because, look, we're bringing you this stuff for fun. We really appreciate it if you, made it a little interesting for us. But that's it. That's all I got to say, Kingsley.
And also, along with that, especially on the YouTube side, all the VODs, all the videos, you want to catch up on the latest season of the ESFL. And also, if you want to, it's free to subscribe on YouTube, but there's also added perks that we also have on YouTube. And I know, Frank, you are really excited about these perks. I mean, tier 1, you get emotes, and then also tier 2, you get follows. I mean, talk about how awesome the perks are for ESFL on YouTube.
Yeah, man, there's just a lot of fantastic perks. And just like you said, it's just something new that we have that just gets you closer to our community and just let you get closer to us, and like you said, help you grow as a fighter in this game, and just help you get to know some of the people in this community. So just make sure you check out those those subscription rewards, the tier 1 and the tier 2. And yeah, man, it's just
So yeah, absolutely. And all that great things, and plenty more to come in the future of the ESFL. But since we already have just gathered our breath and a reset from all that craziness that we saw from the prelims, it's time now to go into our next fight of ESFL 114 on the PS4 side. It's going to be Elite King going against Hermes MMA. And this was originally supposed to be our first fight, but now we're going back into it. And Yuri, when you look at the report, both guys are looking hungry for a victory going into this fight.
Yeah, you know what they say, best for fourth. This guy is an absolute killer when it comes to Elite King. He's 1-4, and as you said, both of these guys are going to be very hungry for that first win, right? Elite King has won. He's very calm. He's got really solid head movement, and he's a pressure fighter, right? He's going to try and keep it in the range. And, you know, Hermes MMA, Jay Jeezer is an absolute killer in his own right. He's 0-2. Really got to sell out here and get the job done. I got a feeling we're going to see a first to early second round finish if both of these fighters go the direction that I think they're going to go with. So, yeah, it's going to be a very solid matchup.
Yeah, and Frank, going to you, when you see the mirror match of Max Holloway, you know stamina. And when you think about the predictions that you were going to have on Twitch, I mean, you have to think this is going to be a hard one to even predict who you think is going to win.
Absolutely. I feel like the one who's going to win is the one who doesn't get caught up headhunting. Because I said this earlier today, Max's skull is vibranium. You can punch on that thing for weeks and you won't get anywhere. Kick his legs, hit him in the body, hit him somewhere where he actually resembles a human. Because if you keep trying to hit him in the head, good luck. You're going to be here all day.
So, and already in the thick of first round. Oh, hot and heavy already. Elite King in the red gloves. Rocking his opponent. Hermes needs to find a way to answer the pressure. Boxing. What is this? Fight Night Champions already. We're just seeing crazy punches and bunches. The head hunting has just gone out of the window. We're both seeing both guys just going for it right here, Yuri. Oh, but a knockdown. Was that a knockdown? But it was a little bit of a rock, Yuri, in crazy situations that we're seeing right here.
Yeah. This is very fast-paced stuff, and that's exactly what you expect out of a mere Max Holloway fight, right? If I'm Elite King, I'm not licking my chops and thinking Jay Jeezer is an easy win, because he is not that. That guy is an absolute killer. He's Division 20, right? He's here, and he's trying to go out there and really roll his way into victory. Frank, man, how do you feel about this fight so far? It's so fast.
I knew exactly what I was doing at the beginning when I said the head hunting wasn't going to, because I had to announcer jinx it so both guys would immediately come out and rock each other. The other one, see, so that was, you're welcome. No, man, these guys, they're just in there mixing it up. I'm enjoying seeing this. It's just back and forth. One stops throwing, the other one starts. He's throwing cartwheel kicks. All right, they're starting to feel themselves. And now, yeah, Elite King says, let's change this up a little bit. Let's go to the ground. Let's see what you're talking about down here.
Slow it down, brother, as we are like past the halfway mark of the first round. Elite King and Hermes put on a show for the ESFL crowd after that crazy fight that we had last fight. And so far, we're in the second show. Posture up for Elite Kings, getting some punches and bunches, scream, going red very closely, but the stamina not really able to keep up. And now into the full mount position. Back into the half guard, very good transition, canceling into where you want to be, and now into the posture, but now we're back into the ground. And I have to go to you, Frank. I mean, this is where if the Elite King is able to keep up this pressure for over more than 2 minutes, this certainly has to be the definitive thing that wins him the round.
Yeah, well, one would think anyway, right? Because I think Holloway did get that knockdown, so a lot of times in this game, that knockdown happens, the judges stop watching the fight. They're like, all right, he won that round. So we'll see if he's able to continue to put in this work and get that round back. JG's has got to be careful here, man. It seems like every time Elite King postures up, we get the spaghetti sauce on screen. So he's in danger. He's got to be careful here.
Yeah, and also, if I'm Jay Jeezer, whenever he does get it back into half guard, because inevitably he will, right, he's going to have to start posting up, really start posting up and try and avoid these strikes as he posts right there. If you can get a solid post and you have the right stamina advantage, you can roll your opponent over and you get top position. But I think right now you just got to avoid getting too much more damage put on you and just hope that you make it out of this round. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
And with 15 seconds left to go, here we go. Who's going to do the crazy strikes? We know the last half. Oh my God! What in the world? You maniac! What are you doing? Listen!
Oh my goodness.
Both of the fighters just go for the
No one just choosing violence and chaos? Okay, all right. I
They
hope
really
it's-
bold to say, I got
What?
you. Don't worry.
Show the
How do you-
replay.
Are we
How do you land
breakdancing?
that?
Are we in
Replay.
Brazil capoeira?
Show
What
the
is
replay.
happening right here?
How do you track that? What is?
Both the
Someone
fighters
clip
go
that,
for the
please.
cartwheel
Someone clip
kick.
that. I need
Both
it.
the fighters go for the cartwheel kick at the same time, and they roll over each other, and then they show the replay. They gave it to us. They knew exactly what we wanted. Both
I
fighters
need that
touched them
clip,
up.
bro. Somebody,
I
please
need the
clip
clip. I need that energy. Keep that same energy in the
my
second round
goodness.
because this has been insane. Elite Kings, Hermes MMA, put on the show, fighting in the phone booth in the second round right here. Who's going to do that crazy shot? Oh, we see a spinning roundhouse to the body, landing again. Hermes doing a good job coming back, having that head hold blinking for Elite King, trying to find his way back, trying to punish, not able to get it. Both guys going 100 miles per hour. Knockdown! This is knockdown for Hermes. Hermes trying to find his way back into it. Now Nicholas in the face to the knee.
Hey,
Oh
man,
my
they throwing
God.
hands. Oh my God.
Back
They
and
are
forth.
fighting. What is happening?
Aggressive. Oh,
That might
knockdown.
be it.
Will this be it?
I hope not.
Hermes
Give me another round.
surviving.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Now, Hermes,
I'm
don't
trying
knock
to
him
give it to
down.
you guys, but I don't know how. Yuri Taga. Oh! Elite King with the right straight.
Oh
Able to
my
end this marathon sprint. My God.
Dude,
Fantastic.
if that is not worth the price of admission, that is $0.00. I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna have to give some subscribers for that right there. That is
Hey, what?
professional gaming at its best. This is exactly what we give you guys. You just saw that live. The double spinning cartwheel kick. We saw a Max Holloway grappling for some reason. I don't know why. That was amazing. Frank, what can you say?
That was fantastic. We saw Max Holloway grappling. It did pay off. I mean, he did end up getting that knockout. Those guys, just another round of applause to them. I am entertained. That was fantastic. And Yuri, you said if this isn't worth the price of admission, I feel like we need to charge admission. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
goodness,
Yeah, that's
gracious,
pay-per-view.
That was
That's better than
fantastic.
pay-per-view. That's honestly better than pay-per-view. You're never gonna see that again. That was just wow. Beautiful.
And then
beautiful.
they both went Eddie Gordo there at the both guys went. I've never seen that at the same
Eddie
time,
Gordo.
and it was fantastic. It was Eddie Gordo, like that's the handstand kick. That's a down forward X. Like, come on, man, that's impressive.
Bruh.
But in all seriousness, right here, right now, Jay Geezer really showed himself to be a solid competitor. You made him grapple with Max Holloway. And look, some people will say what they say about that. But look, the fact of the matter is, he got the job done when it mattered the most. Elite King, we gave it to you. You were 1-4, now you're 2-4. Jay Geezer's gonna have to bounce back after that, man. That right there was, really solid stuff. And of course, with Jay Geezer, man, you made the guy grapple with Max. So I mean, you can't be too upset when it comes down to it. You tried your best. You went out there and you put your head down, and you probably gave us a clip that's gonna go absolutely viral. That was live. You guys just gave us a clip that's gonna go viral.
That
Can we
was
just
fire.
get that whole fight into the ESFL YouTube and just have its own thing? Because that was insane. I have all these notes. I have a notebook that I write in for every single fight. I just almost had to throw my notebook out of the way because that fight was just insane. That fight made no dang sense to my brain. I was like, cartwheels? Both of you guys are gonna go cartwheels in the last 10 seconds? Like Eddie Gordo from Tekken?
I'm
What's
here
his
for it.
SC?
I love it.
Insanity. I mean, this is what as Gary said, this is what you're looking for in the ESFL. I mean, we are I don't even know if we're halfway through this fight card. Let's take a look at the fight card right here. Every single fight, those last two fights were insane. I mean, Frank, going to you. I mean, just take a look at this whole fight card right here. Absolute insanity that we've seen so far.
All right, yeah, every fight that we've had, I'll just start from the beginning. It was the most recent one we had to go back to. King and Hermes. Oh my God. Thank you guys. Thank you. Both of you.
My God.
Like you said, Yuri, you said Jay Jesus is going to have to bounce back from that one. And yes, that's true. But I feel like there will be plenty of eyes on his comeback fight because, man, that's a very fan-friendly style to watch. Like, I'm going to be watching his career with great interest. That was fantastic. Warhon and Humble was a lot of fun. Bravo and Boiler was a great stylistic matchup. Nasty grappling on display by Bravo there. Ollie Creed and Marshall Machine. Nasty. That was another back and forth war. In which Marshall Machine was just able to get the shots that he needed to finish that one, and that was a lot of fun. Oh my God, how are we gonna pick a fight of the night? What is gonna be performance of the night? Oh my goodness, I need to see some of y'all's thoughts in chat. Like, what would you so far have as your fight of the night and your performance of the night? Let us know, and I think, Kingsley, we should be about ready to move on to the next one. What do you think?
I think we are. I think our next fight is ready to go because man, we still got amazing fights left to go. We still have that co-main and main event still heading up. But in this next matchup, it's gonna be LS. Actually, excuse me, it's gonna be
KIA Ben
You have-
versus UFC Twitter thug. Yeah, KIA Ben is a striking specialist, right? He's very well rounded at the same time. That KIA camp trains you to beat absolute killers on the ground as well as on the feet. UFC Twitter thug is going to try to use his grappling defensively, and he's going to try and pressure you. He's going to try and knock you out. He's going to try and put you out fast. So this fight very, very well could be as fast, if not faster, than that recent fight.
Just a short correction. I think our next fight is gonna be Crooks 209 going against Matt Turk, who is 2-0, and Crooks is 1-1. So talk a little bit more about the Sky Report between those two gentlemen.
Yeah, Crooks 209, man. That's my guy.
Nice.
You know, he commentates with us on the Wednesday cards, and you know, you've seen him even on Sunday cards. The guy's blowing up. He's honestly really solid at this game when it comes down to it. He's as well-rounded as it gets. Reminds you a lot of Mr. Pryoxis or Marshall Mind. He's got that YouTuber style. I don't know if you can tell what that is, but when you see it, you know that guy's a YouTuber, right? He's an absolute killer. He's trying to set up his wrestling with his striking, and he's impossible to hold down, right? But guess what? LS Mad Turk, that guy is going to try and take you down. He's going to try and hold you down. But guess what? He's also a really solid fighter, right? So you're going to have to be very, very cautious when you go up against him. You know, LS Mad Turk, he is the #1 ranked in Turkey after all. So you got to be careful. This guy's a shooter. He's a killer himself.
And already we're seeing in the first round, again, Matt Turk in the red gloves, 2-0, undefeated, going against Crooks 209. Grind never stops with Crooks, and already get your predictions in because you still have time to decide who you think is going to win this contest. And Frank, already good striking from the likes of Crooks. Just keeping his distance because, you know, if you're going against a Khabib, you need to watch out for the striking, but you definitely need to watch out for the takedowns.
Absolutely. But still, if you get too caught up worried about the takedowns, that's when you get caught by that overhand, man. I mean, you like you said, great striking opens up great wrestling, and it works in reverse. Great wrestling will definitely set up those openings for those strikes to come through, because you're gonna be, you know, just worried about this guy taking you down. He's gonna get you in the clinch. You're waiting on the takedown, and he's just throwing 3 or 4 knees, and you're in a bad situation there, like that. So it's just a lot to be careful of, a lot to worry about whenever you're fighting a high-level Khabib player.
Yeah, high-level Khabib player is true, and this is exactly what this guy is. Interesting, we're seeing him go for that nasty little slip hook. If you can catch him with that slip hook, Khabib can really start putting your paws on you, and that's very dangerous when you got a paw-throwing Khabib. One thing I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Crooks, and one thing I'd hope that he would do at some point in this time, is get Khabib on his back. He is not good.
Oh my God. There it is. That's one way to do
Beautiful. He got him on his back, that's for sure. But Crooks needs to not fall in love striking, because LS Turks is 100% trying to get this guy, lull him to sleep, and then take this fight down to the ground. You know, go for that submission, go for those nasty subs that Oliveira does so very well, Kingsley.
And already we saw that knockdown very correctly placed by Crooks, and you could just see he's peppering these leg kicks, able to just disrupt the pattern of Matt Turk a little bit, trying to give him like different equations to solve in that octagon right here. But again, those takedowns just barely out of the reach of Crooks, and Crooks is doing a nice job managing distance, peppering those leg kicks, and it's just been a leg kick matchup. But nice 1-2 in the face of Matt Turk, and Matt Turk finally gets the takedown into side control, and Crooks has done such a good job, able to get the knockdown under his belt in this first round. But Frank, you do not want to be in Khabib time when it comes to the ground. Now he can make up these strikes, but good defense so far right here, Frank.
Beautiful slip there from Crooks to keep himself out of danger. Yeah, he was doing an excellent job earlier in the enough distance where the takedowns weren't landing. You know, it wasn't even registering that he was close enough to do that. That's what I would like to see Crooks implement more in the second round if we get there, because he does still have Khabib on top of him, and we all know that Khabib is one posture up away from finishing the fight pretty much at all times. So that's just something that, you know, Crooks has got to be wary of. If he can get one of these denials, though, maybe
nice.
I was going to say set up a submission, or he could just take him in the top mount and do a little bit of his own damage to end the round. But he's got to be careful with that gas tank. Khabib got a good slip there, but now we're going on into round 2. And what do you think both guys need to do here going forward here?
Yeah, Crooks needs to get the fight down to the ground. and you know, keep this fight to where he can go get that submission. If you try and strike with Oliveira, you have a bad time. It happens all the time, so you got to be careful. And it's almost the same thing with LS. Got to be careful not to fall in love with striking. Get the fight down to the ground and get your opponent on the back.
And here we go. We're in the thick of the second round right here. Mad Turk in the red gloves, Crooks in the blue, using Oliveira. And right now we're seeing both guys just find the phone, but good right hook from Mad Turk. Mad Turk switching up his stance. He doesn't want to use those leg. He doesn't want to get hit with those leg kicks, but he gets hit with that again. He needs to watch out for the head help and change up his like little bit of the slips, trying to not be as predictable as he was in the first round. And already going for a takedown, gets into side control, and that's where he wants to be. As you see, total strikes landed 50-34 in favor of Crooks, and this is where Khabib needs to do most of his work right here, Frank, as he gets into the crucifix.
Good job by Crooks to get out of there, but I mean, you're still inside saddle, so it's not much better. But I mean, a good job to get out of that crucifix, because crucifix from Khabib is a death sentence, kind of like a side saddle arm triangle with low stamina. So yeah, I hate to say it, but it might be GG's. I don't know. Crooks is fighting it off pretty well. It looks like he's going to get out of this. So
I don't know.
Like.
It might be a little bit close.
Now we're starting to get some
scary.
I
mean, this is not where you want to be if you're escaping, because you still see that red mark just getting
it's flying. Look at it. Oh my!
Oh, he's gonna get out. He's gonna get out.
Wow.
No, he gets submitted. Mad Turk. Wow. In an arm triangle, gets submitted. It seemed like it was gonna be able for Crooks to get out of it, but again, just Khabib, the mean submissions, able to get the victory for Mad Turk as he becomes 3-0. And Yuri, I'll lead off with you. How do you feel about Mad Turk's performance right there?
Yeah, hey, Mad Turk's got the job done. Really started working into that, and he didn't go for that nasty little judo throw to get it into side saddle. You can't take anything away from that guy. He worked his way into side saddle. So, you know, people are going to say, oh, that was a cheesy win. That was not a cheesy win. He worked his way into side saddle. You know, got reversed out of crucifix, so, you know, is what it is, right? Got the job done, you know, got that nasty little side saddle arm triangle that is so powerful. Obviously, Crooks, I'm heartbroken for you. But look, man, just come back stronger than you were before. You made the right decision going Oliveira, and you had somebody that had a really solid submission defense. But hey, look, Turk was the better fighter at this point in time. You know, Crooks, it is what it is. Buckle down, go out there and get that job done next time.
I will say, Frank, going to you. I mean, we saw the adaptability from Mad Turk with his victory. I mean, we saw him going more into striking, realized that wasn't really working out for him in the first round, and really got slipped in reverse at the end of that first round. Able to just say, you know what? Get all the striking. It was 50-34 striking advantage to Crooks. Let me take it to the ground and let me do my work in the crucifix. And it just seemed like he took over from there.
Yeah, like you said, he got him down, got him into the crucifix, and we thought that was going to be over. But Crooks was able to get out of it. However, he did get into the side saddle, which is still very dangerous, and that is ultimately where the fight finished. And it's like Yuri said, it's not like that was one of those, you know, where he just immediately starts to fight, clinches, goes to the trip, and then goes into the arm triangle. He did work to get there. He worked to get into the crucifix position, and then, you know, worked to get that submission. I didn't think he was going to get it. I thought Crooks had, you know, the advantage, but that submission is strong, man, and that bar fills up fast. So hats off to Mad Turk, and we know we'll see Crooks again. So
absolutely. You know. And again, speaking of hopefully the bounce back again, we have our next fight ready to go, and we're just getting closer and closer into the co-main and main event. I mean, we have UFC Twitter Thug going against, I think, a late minute replacement in Bang Bang. I mean, when you look at this series, I mean, in the welterweight division, a lot of opportunities for both guys to take over the spotlight and maybe steal the show.
Yeah, one thing I think about when I see UFC Twitter Thug on the map, it is pressure. Pressure. Bang Bang is going to be under that. He's got to do a good job of avoiding that, right? Bang Bang is a really solid striker in his own right, though. You know, I think UFC Twitter Thug is going to try and keep this fight on the ground at some point. Bang Bang has the ability to do it as well. You know, this will be a really solid time watching Bang Bang as we see one of the fighters hovering over CM Punk. That's going to be...
He won't do it.
Is that the most disrespectful thing on earth? I love it. That is the most disrespectful thing on earth.
This is a troll. No, he ain't doing it.
Twitter Thug don't care. He'll do it. I was about to say, if he actually does it, that man's the realest person on the planet, bro.
Well, look here, real quick. Bang Bang is going Mike Perry, and honestly, that is just as cool. I think this will probably be one of the first times we see a Mike Perry locked in a numbered card in the ESFL, so that's going to be a lot of fun to see.
He did it!
No, he locked it in!
Oh,
Oh, no.
Let's
What
go,
is this
bro.
card?
He
What
wants
are we
all
doing?
the smoke. I love it. He
It's
said, I want all the smoke.
Yeah, it's one of those memes, right? It's one of those memes. It's like, hey, look, I'll beat you with CM Punk. I'll beat you with CM Punk. I've seen Suave Jamie say, look, I'm gonna beat my mates, my dad's mate with CM Punk, and he didn't get the job done, right? Like, look, even the best of the best can lose with CM Punk. So if he comes out here and gets the job done, that ranking is gonna skyrocket.
Bro,
At least it has to be considered, Frank.
I feel like this fight's gonna be a car crash, man. Both these guys are such great pressure fighters. And now there's no chin in the octagon. There is no chin in the octagon. So who's gonna fall first? Oh my god.
Your predictions in, y'all. Again, I never thought I would say this in the ESFL.
Really
Twitter Thug using CM Punk going against Bang Bang, who is using Mike Perry, a once-in-a-lifetime matchup in the ESFL. And already we're seeing a takedown, but a nice up kick landing from Bang Bang. Bang Bang in from a sidestep from Twitter Thug uses CM Punk. And I don't know much about I know he's a 3-star fighter, but what can you tell me about the stats of CM Punk right here, Yuri, if you even know him?
Yeah, man, he is as mid as it gets when it comes to fighting, right? I'll say it. Hey, I'll say it. It is what it is. He's a mid-tier fighter. Okay? He's a 3-star fighter. And look, if Twitter Thug is going to actually use CM Punk, it's going to be exactly like he's doing right now. And that's get the fight to the cage.
Oh, the hook.
Yeah,
oh, man,
GG's, honestly, yeah. When Mike Perry gets rolling downhill, and I've actually played him, I've seen him be played very well from Mr. Marshall Mind himself. If Mike Perry gets moving downhill, you're in a serious disadvantage. But, yeah, hopefully he gets this fight down to the ground or on the cage, Frank.
Man, I'm still in awe he's actually using CM Punk. Like, this is happening, y'all. I'm here. I pinch myself. I'm still awake. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure. I'm somewhere where somebody's using CM Punk and isn't knocked out yet. I mean,
just want to hear Cult of Personality. If there's a Cult of Personality just playing somewhere in the background, I would love it, but we can't because CMCA. But so far, getting back into this contest, we're in the halfway mark. Good job by Twitter Thug, able to get some body shots onto Bang Bang. Bang Bang trying to find his way. I'll try to go for a spinning back elbow, not able to land. And so far, it seems like the pull has been the maneuver of this contest. A lot of slips, a lot of pulls that we're seeing from both competitors. And now, vicious hooks with the block ace being low. Head held blinking for Twitter Thug. Twitter Thug trying to find his way. Oh, uppercut from Mike Perry. CM Punk goes out for the 3 count. And man, Mike Perry able to get the victory. Bang Bang taking it over in a once-in-a-lifetime matchup. Yuri, your thoughts with us breakdancing as we are just in the chaos that we know as ESFL 114. Look at this replay. Bang!
Is it wrong for me to call Mike Perry the Nigerian Nightmare?
Yes.
I mean, look, that guy did exactly what he set out to do against CM Punk. Hey, look, I don't even give credit to him for going for CM Punk, right? Like, look, you got knocked out clean, man. Hey, it took gall to make that selection on the big screen in live TV, but hey, it is what it is, man. Mike Perry obviously better matched up to get that fight to the feet, and he did what he did, got the job done. Frank, I mean, hey, we saw it.
I ain't even mad at him, bro. That man used CM Punk on the stage. He did end up losing. And hey, I love watching Bang Bang fight. That man is must-see TV every time out. So that's just, I mean, hey, great job. He got that knockout, but I feel like we all kind of, once that first uppercut landed and he got rocked, we were like, oh yeah, that kind of killed the dream right there.
Yeah.
We knew. I mean, CM Punk's chin is it's glass. It's a popsicle stick. Like once it's broken, it's gone. Good night. Like we're done here. And Mike Perry has power in his hands. So it was.
Oh my gosh, I could not believe you went CM Punk on live TV, bro.
Out of all the cards I commentated, especially since the beginning, I think this has been the most chaotic, insane card that I've ever seen in my life in the history of the ESFL. So you guys are watching history. I never thought we would see CM Punk versus Mike Perry in a high stakes ESFL matchup. But here we are. It's the year 2021 where anything goes apparently in the ESFL. So here we are.
Yeah, 100%.
Would it be possible to only give him half a loss for that? Like, I know that's not how numbers
You
work.
know what? I mean, it could be like the rankings. You could just get like lose half of the division points. But as we are going off of that chaos, I think our next fight is ready to go. And a little bit of normalcy here as we see GOAT 1099 going against Leon Souls. And Frank, I'll go to the scout report. A very good matchup on paper from both of these competitors.
Yeah, look, both of these fighters are quick to get into this fight. Look, we all know how good GOAT 1099 is. We all know how good Leon Stoles is. I don't think there needs to be a scouting report when you see these two throw down. This is going to be technical. Dare I say it? It's going to be a technical fight on this card, not a car crash. Let's see how this goes, man. Kingsley.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Again, GOAT in the red gloves, Leon in the blue. And so far, just gauging their distance, a little bit of a different pace than what we see in the last couple of fights. Very technical. We see leg kicks being landed out and good body shots and good chats so far. GOAT able to take his time just feigning the head kick a little bit, trying to get his opponent off his guard a little bit as he's taking the center of the octagon. But right now, he needs to be careful with his leg kicks because if he gets too close, he might be able to get punished by that. But so far, Leon taking his time, being a little bit more patient, and leg kicks. It seems like the whole fight card has been nothing but leg kicks. We're seeing a lot of people use leg kicks to just change up the the strategy of these contests so far right here.
Yeah, speaking of changing up strategy, I'm wondering how long it's going to take before GOAT tries to take this to the ground. Vittori is a very solid grappler, especially from the top position, and in the hands of a great, a ground mastermind like GOAT, we know it's only a matter of time. It's inevitable, and he's going to take it down at some point. I'm just curious to see what happens when it goes there.
Yeah, and another thing, too, what I'd like to see out of Marvin Vittori is start working that body kick, right? You're in a southpaw stance. That's smart, right? Obviously, you want to ground cannoneer at all costs, but whenever it does get back on the feet, start using that body kick to that open side of the belly, and that should be an easy denial there. Yeah, okay, so... yeah, I agree with you, Frank. That's exactly what you need to do.
I mean, we are in a submission attempt. The Kimura is in place. It's going to be, there's a chance to get out of it, but all into the armbar. And Leon might be closer to the end in the first round. This might be submission of the night. Can GOAT get a submission victory? It's getting closer and closer. Does he get it? He does. GOAT 1099, proving that he belongs into the big stages as he gets the victory over Leon Souls. What a good submission victory from GOAT. And Frank, starting off with you, what are your thoughts about that contest right there?
Well, I said when it goes to the ground, I'm curious to see what happens. I kind of assumed something of the sort would happen. I know it's going to be that fast, man. He was just like, all right, we're on the ground now. Let's go home. Good night. I'm done now. So he got it down and then just... he was able to get that denial. And I feel like maybe Leon tried to throw that, side control sweep over because sometimes he's got to throw it to see if they'll let you have it. It's kind of like, you just got to try it. And he tried it, but it did not go the way he wanted it to. Congratulations to GOAT. Great victory. As per usual, we've seen that happen from GOAT how many times, Yuri?
Yeah, hey, look, GOAT is for real, right? Like, he's trying to get back into that title picture, and with a dominating win like that, man, that really opens up the gates to say, hey, look, hey, little Zayef, I'm coming for you, brother, and I can't help but agree with it. That has to be, that number one contendership fight is looming for GOAT 1099, Frank.
Yeah, for sure.
And we have plenty of more fights to go. Sorry, Frank, but man, we still have 3 more fights still left. I mean, this whole chaotic card has been nothing but fireworks, and it's going to continue on, especially with this next fight coming up. It's going to be LS Lister Bros versus Glass Table Girls, formerly known as Rennie, in the bantamweight division. And Frank, I'll go with you with the scouting report. Both of these fighters definitely want to put on a show after seeing this whole fight card.
Absolutely. Both these fighters are 2-2. Lister Bros is a pressure fighter who likes to adapt to his opponent. He is not afraid to brawl at any costs. Whereas the artist formerly known as Rennie XO, Glass Table Girls, is a counter striker. She's patient and she fights with a lot of heart. And she's got a pretty nice guillotine. So it's gonna be we know that's probably gonna make an appearance at some point in this fight. We just gotta see if Lister Bros is gonna be ready for that. It is what it is, exactly, Yuri.
And I'll go to you. When it comes to predictions, so we see the predictions on Twitch right now. Who do you think has the upper hand going in this contest right here?
Yeah, I'd say Glass Table Girls. I think they have the biggest chance when it comes down to this, and I think it'll be rightfully so.
All right, and here we go into the first round. Our last fight before we go into the co-main and main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. LS Lister Bros in the red gloves using Peter Yan. Aljamain Sterling being used by Glass Table Girls, formerly known as Rennie, and already into the ground position, into backside. And this is where Glass Table Girls, they want to be. They want to have this ground control and just work their opponent into this taxing ground game right here, Frank.
Yeah, and right away, you know, we see that Glass Table Girls is on top, and they let Piotr Yan up. I was going to say, it looks like this is where they can do a lot of damage here, but, you know, they decided they're content with a stand-up matchup. We'll see if that ends up being a mistake as they eat a big knee from Yan there, but we're going to see what ends up happening with that. Are we going to look back at that and wonder why?
Yeah, look, and you know what it is when it comes to that as well. And there it is, the first backpack position. Look, Glass Table Girls needs to 100% keep the fight here. I've seen them fight before, and they love to keep this fight on the ground and keeping things where it is. And if you're Lister Bros, obviously you want to try and take advantage of you know, their striking. So there it is, beautiful denials. That's a lot to deny right there. If you knew what it took to make that denial, that takes a lot there, Kingsley.
Absolutely. All right, a spinning back fist onto the face. Oh, but a spinning back to answer back. And Glass already back to the cage in a clinch position, already a knockdown. And that's how quick the tables can turn, actually. No pun intended. But Lister Bros just being the more aggressive fighter right here. And again, you had to take it to the ground. And Glass able to go into full mount with a takedown. And now it's their time to just slow it down a little bit right here, Frank, with 130 possibly left to go.
Well, first things first, Kings, I want you to look me right in my eyes and not intend that. All right, but now we've got Glass Table Girls on top, and they're trying to get to the side saddle, but unable to do so. This is where they want to keep this fight, because with Aljamain Sterling, you've got a billion submissions. You can bust them out from basically any position. And so you're just kind of hanging out here waiting for the opportunity. You're waiting on Lister Bros to show you that submission, and then they're just trying to attack it. So we're going to see you know, just how patient they are here with this ground offense from the top here.
Yeah, and one thing Lister Bros needs to avoid at all costs, I was about to say, you know, making an ill-fated transition that's easily denied. You know, if I'm them, I'm probably just going to continue doing this. I've got no problem with Glass Table Girls continuing to try and fish for that submission, because that's where you get the job done. And this leg lock is dangerous. It's an easily get outable submission, but once you get further into this, smart there, getting the deny. Oh, clock-ended. Look at that. That fight was so fast-paced, I wasn't even paying attention to the clock. That is beautiful, beautiful stuff right there. I'm going to go ahead and give the round to Lister Bros because you got that rock.
Yeah, and going to the second round, you have to think, what I remember from Crooks, it usually takes like 45 seconds to actually get a full submission from those positions with that minigame. So if Glass is going to try to go for takedowns with the ankle pick missing just slightly in the blue gloves, you have to think they need plenty of time. Oh, tries to go for a spinning roundhouse, not able to land. And now the punishment was almost landing out from Lister Bros, but Lister Bros being the more aggressive fighter, trying to keep Glasses back to the octagon. The clinching doing wonders for Glass Table Girls, as Glass Table Girls possibly going for a table. Oh, here it is, the standing guillotine. This is perfect for them, and here we go. Plenty of time. The stats don't matter when you go low stamina. Glass Table is looking for a submission victory, and Frank, I think we're gonna get close to it.
It's gonna be close, that's for sure. Yeah, no, this is pretty much over. There it is, the patented Glass Table Guillotine. I am taking credit for that. I put it here first, the Glass Table Guillotine in effect.
The tables were turning, and Glass Table Girls able to get the submission victory with the guillotine. It seemed like I think it was a knockdown from the first round, was able to just deter from any kind of striking. And then as you see, the standing guillotine, deadly as ever, and Glass Table was just able to just put it away very good offensive submission maneuvers from Glass Tables, but defending that is just so hard to see in that game right there, Yuri.
Yeah, I mean, look, the standing guillotine is what it is, right? You get walked around, you lose your stamina, and then you get pulled guard, and then you get choked out. And hey, Glass Table Girls is the king when it comes to that. So all props to them. They got the job done when it got down to it.
Referee Herb Deans called a stop to this contest at 1 minute.
Yeah, and so far so good. I mean, as we see Glass Tables getting their hand raised from this amazing contest, and just all around, like we have 2 fights left, but this whole fight card has been absolutely amazing. We've seen submissions, we see cartwheel kicks be landed at the same time, insane. We just love all these fights. We're not gonna go to the fight card, but just talk about these fights, Frank. I mean, all these fights have been so amazing so far.
They've all been firecrackers, man. I feel like there hasn't been a dud on the entire card. Everybody has come to bring it today. We've got several contenders for a submission of the night, for knockout of the night. We got a couple contenders, and it's just been a good time, man. Like top to bottom. I mean, which one of these fights? I'm just looking at the card myself, and I'm trying to think which one wasn't awesome. And there was no possibility. Like Elite King versus Hermes was great. We got the double cartwheel kick. Warhon versus Humble was fantastic. Bravo and Boiler was great back and forth action. Ollie Creed and Marshall Machine. Oh my gosh. Marshall able to just pull that one out in the end. Fantastic work there. Bang Bang versus Twitter Thug. Listen, Twitter Thug didn't get the win, but this man used CM Punk. That happened. We saw it. Mad Turk and Crooks. That was a great one. GOAT showing that he deserves all of the accolades. And then Glass Table Girls getting to pull out the patented Glass Table Girl team and get that victory over the Lister Bros.
Yeah.
And make sure you guys.
I was gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Look, I took a clip of it, guys. That Max versus Max fight, that Hermes versus Elite King. Check out the Twitter, check out the Instagram. That is a clip that has viral written all over it. And if I could say so myself, I think GOAT 1099 with the performance of the night up to this point just looked dominant from the beginning. Got the job done, and man, that's just elite stuff when it came down to it.
Yeah, elite stuff indeed. And this is where you can find all this action. I mean, you can go on our Instagram, our Twitter, our Facebook, all our platforms, because we always have 4 events for you every single week in the season. Starting with Wednesdays, you have the affiliate leagues that's hosted by me, Yuri, and Crooks. And we have such an amazing time there featuring our affiliate leagues. And then on Fridays, Yuri, you could attest to this. We have our multi-tournaments that are always incredible.
Yeah, fan favorite, and rightfully so. Look, they come out there, and this is a stand and bang style tournament, a Muay Thai, as they would say, right? You're good. Yeah, it's a stand and bang style tournament. It's a lot of fun, man. It's fast. It's docked for supposed to be 2 hours, but it always ends in an hour and 15 minutes, right? These people go out there to get the fights ended in and out. And look, it's a lot of fun, Kingsley. Honest to God, it's a lot of fun.
And then leading off from Wednesday and Fridays, we go into our regular ESFL number cards, which Frank, I know you could attest to. Always incredible fights, not as chaotic as this one, but always a great time to see Ben, Bruce Lee, Rob, and I'm a boxer on Saturdays, and then Frank with you on Sundays, along with a vast of characters and commentaries. It's always a great time.
Absolutely, man. We love these weekend cards. We love all these ESFL network cards, honestly, but specifically the Saturdays and Sundays, for me, are like the crown jewel of the weekend. Obviously, there's a lot of love for the Muay Thai tournaments and the affiliate league cards on Wednesdays, but I feel like this is what's worth the price of admission. Again, my opinion. But this is just where we always get the best fights, the best matchups, and it's always a great time, man. How can you not enjoy this? If you're in chat, show us how much you're loving this, man. Like, I'm fired up personally. I'm loving every second of this. We're having a great. I'm accidentally pressing mute buttons. Sorry.
No, you're good. But that's how excited it's been so far tonight. I mean, you can predict who you think is going to win in the fight. I know it's been chaotic in the chat to predict who you think is going to win, but you can have that on Twitch, and then on our YouTube, you have the whole library of the ESFL of this season, the previous seasons, all the way back to, I think, ESFL 50, one of our huge main events on those cards, and just so many great things. So you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, you want to follow our Twitch, if you want to subscribe to tier 1, tier 2 on our YouTube site and our Twitch site, please do so, because it's only going to get bigger and better. And we're forgetting about the biggest thing, our Discord. If you want to be a part of these cards and want
So
our
much fun.
and just work up your way up the ladder and maybe possibly fight for a title against maybe Zayaf or Blake Tyler. I mean, you could have that opportunity if you put in the work, and you also join our Discord where you find fellow like-minded people who want to spar with you, train with you, and also work their way up in the ESFL and maybe get signed up into a card where we could be commentating your fights. It could be happening if you want to join in. So please look out for all our social media, all our events, 4 events every single week, and just a lot of things heading up in the future. It's only going to get bigger, better, and it's going to be amazing. So again, we have our co-main event almost ready to go. We are almost going to get ready for it, but I think we're going to take a quick intermission, a quick break to get everything set up. So we will be right back, and we'll get everything all set up for you guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is your co-main event of the evening for the PS4 side, or ESFL 114. It is Papa Doc 60 going against Bill Actions, and my God, this is one heck of a co-main event right here, Frank. As you take a look at the scouting report, what do you see on paper between these both fighters trying to make an impact in this co-main event?
Man, this is going to be a banger. Absolutely. I feel like there's no question about it, he says before it is. But Papa Doc is absolutely elite with grappling. He can control this fight wherever it goes. And if he takes this fight down, then it's going to be a difficult time for Spill Actions. But Spill Actions is no slouch himself. Some of the best counters I've seen in the game in person. He loves to take the back foot, but that's because he's got such slick defense. He's never in too much trouble. It seems like no matter what's going on, he can find ways to slip and get his own shots in there. And he's just so lethal, man. So I'm wondering how much pressure Papa Doc is going to be willing to put on him, and how he's going to be able to hold up to that if, Doc decides to take this fight to the ground. So I'm looking forward to seeing this. What are you expecting from this matchup, Yuri?
Yeah, I'm expecting some of that Papa Doc dark action to come through. That camp works really well with each other, and hopefully he continues to use some of that grappling, because every time they fight, they are beautiful grapplers. Look, Spill Actions ain't no joke. I've seen that guy in the 8-ounce tournament, that Muay Thai style file tournament, and he's going Leon Edwards, who is a perfect matchup for his style. This is going to be very, very, very interesting.
All right, everybody, get your predictions going in the chat, because here we go. This is your co-main event of the evening. Spill Actions in the red gloves. Papa Doc in the blue, using Kobe Covington, a classic grappler, versus striker, as a grappling attempt gets denied. And we're going into a different pace here in our co-main. Good combinations landing from Spill Actions. He has no slouch when it comes to striking, but he needs to be careful of those takedowns from Covington. Papa Doc, very good in the grappling wise, but so far keeping his distance a little bit, trying to use those jabs, but the clinching, taking his opponents back to the cage right here, trying to fight back out. And so far, so good for Papa Doc. But as soon as I said that, it just seems like both guys having a little bit of a chance. Oh, trying to go for a feint head kick, not really landing. So far, a different kind of pace that we're seeing right here, Yuri.
Yeah, and this is one thing that Colby Covington is so good at. He has the ability to switch those stances, and he could turn into a striker in no time. So these takedowns that Spill Actions is doing a very solid job of avoiding. You know, you still got to worry about Covington on the feet. One thing I'm seeing out of Papa Doc, those diving ankle picks, beautiful clinch reversal. Yeah, that's really good stuff. One thing I'm seeing is Colby Covington and Papa Doc are going to really have to be very careful about using up that stamina. I believe that is the 5th takedown attempt. So you got to be, you got to be mindful of it. Those obviously take stamina. Before they didn't, now they do.
Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing thus far from Spill Actions utilizing the clinch. Leon has some of the highest clinch striking and control stats in this division. So it's good to see him knowing his arsenal and trying to use it effectively. He'll get him into the clinch and just drop a few shots. He's not going crazy, but I feel like he's doing a decent enough job to implement one of those things that Leon is so great at. Doc is looking for these takedowns, but he's just not able to get them yet, Kingsley. We're going to see if he continues to go for it, if he just tries to strike here.
Under 140 left in the first round for co-main event, and already we're seeing some nice elbows coming out of the way from Papa Dog. I mean, we saw those head kicks earlier before, and as a nice ankle pick gets denied again for Spill Actions, able to get some good denials. Oh, and those counters. I feel like those counters will be the story of the fight. We saw those head kicks in a whiff, and it seemed like he wanted to punish that dearly, but again, he might have another opportunity because these clinches are working, those uppercuts are landing, and now he's getting some nice combinations. Spill Actions able to get some nice striking to the head health and the body shot, able to land, and now we saw the low slip under. That needs to be an indication to Spill to find a way to counter, but again, Papa Doc holding his own so far right here, Yuri, with 30 seconds left to go.
Yeah, one thing if I'm doing here, I'm trying my best to work that body. I might even switch stances and go to that open side of the belly and really try and take down some of that stamina if I'm Spill Actions. Look, if Papa Doc is going to spam takedowns on you, you have to make him pay and really work off some of that stamina.
Yeah, I feel like you have to, just because, Colby Covington is so dangerous and his cardio is a weapon. So you've got to do whatever you can to try and avoid that. Yeah, great job there from Spill Actions to be able to stay on the feet. He denied 5 takedowns from Covington there, and that could have a lot of weight going forward.
And you saw in the fight sets at the end of the first round, it was 32-21 in favor of Spill Actions with 15-7 significant strikes. Again, in favor of Spill Actions. Now it's up to Papa Doc to adapt and probably try to get this to the ground. He tried it a bunch of times in that first round, but not able to get it as he still uses the Colby Covington in the blue gloves, trying to use that clinch to bring his opponents back to the cage. And Spill Actions doing a nice job being a counterpuncher, playing his back to the cage, and now able to get out into the center of the octagon. But again, a takedown attempt not landing again. Spill Actions very technical when it comes to his takedown defense, and now it's all about who's going to counter who into the clinch. Again, Papa Doc trying to find his avenue to get back in, but so far it's not so good, actually. Not able to get one takedown. He was actually taken down in the first round. But Yuri, you have to think it's only a matter of time before Papa Doc finally gets that one takedown, and what is he going to do with it? As I said, there we go.
As you say it, yeah, he gets that takedown. Now, look, if I'm Spill Actions right here, I'm building up grapple advantage. And I'm trying my best to get out of side control. I'm not going to jump and make the decision first. Good denial. Way to get it into half guard right there. Now you have a little more options. Now you can play around just a little bit. Spill Actions needs to do a good job of avoiding this fight, getting into top mount. Papa Doc has such an elite level top mount, so you got to be super careful. Not completely freak out and not lose it right here, because you absolutely will.
Yeah, and we see with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the second round, already going past the halfway mark right here. Frank, I'll leave it to you. What do you think Spill Actions has to do to at least get out of it? To at least get, as soon as I said that, it seems like a commentary curse that I'm having so far. But here we go. Spill Actions, Frank, I need to know, what does Spill Actions need to do to just keep it away from the ground?
No, I'm kidding. He has been doing, because if he's the one that's, sorry, go ahead, Yuri.
No, yeah, sorry, you had cut out for a second. It's very disheartening there for Papa Doc right there. Oh my goodness, that's not good. Frank, go back ahead.
Papa Doc had him rocked. I was gonna try and rap there for a second. I was trying to think of rhyming words, but nothing happened. Now he's looking to try to get this fight on the ground. Unable to do so thus far. Eats a good head kick from Leon on the way. this is a tough round to score. This one's been a lot more back and forth. But I think I'm leaning towards Papa Doc on this round. What are you guys seeing here?
It's more difficult to, I don't know. I'm so happy I'm not a judge I'm happy I'm just a commentator in this situation because it's been so back and forth. This is like more difficult than trying to wrap the whole burst of rap guard from Eminem. And you have to think so far, Leon. Oh, the head kick just out of the distance for both competitors. Papa Doc able to get that rock. It could be his round, but again, with 7 seconds to go, it could be anybody. Just one rock could change the favorite as we go into the third and final rounds. I don't know if the chat has it 1-1 possibly, but as we take a look at the fight sets, 46-23, 11-5, it could be in favor of Spill Actions. And you have to think, going to you, Yuri, Papa Doc kind of needs to throw the kitchen sink if he wants to win this whole fight.
Yeah, the question is how much are they going to score that rock? That is going to be the biggest question, right? Because if they don't give him that rock and give him the benefit of the doubt, give him that round, then it's going to go 2-0 Spill Actions.
Oh, there it is.
Beautiful head movement right there. And one thing I saw early on in that, or later on in that second round, getting up so fast has got to be incredibly disheartening here if you're Papa Doc. And now that he's staying in that swish stance, because now he realizes he has to throw hands to get the job done. He's got to throw everything at the kitchen sink, like you said, Kingsley Frank. Man, this is do or die here for Papa Doc.
Yeah, we're gonna see what he decides to do here going forward. He's getting some good head movement. Firing back, gets a huge head kick. Yuri, I don't think he wants to die just yet. It looks like he's leaning more in the do pile. He's getting some good damage. Is he gonna go for another takedown here? Or is he just gonna be content to stay on the fence and try and do some work? I would throw the knee to the head. He throws the left hook. That'll get the job done as well.
Oh, here we go. Interesting developments. We see another knockdown again. Papa Doc coming alive, able to get the knockdown. 2 knockdowns in the third round, and now he's very heavily favored in the judges' scorecards in the third round. If he gets a knockdown, it could possibly be a 10-8 as he goes into the ground, and this is where he wants to be with the Kofi Covington. It's approaching the halfway mark right here. But again, Spill Actions, if he's able to get up, it could be anybody's fight. But Frank, I'll go to you. What does Kofi Covington need to do? I mean, he's still pretty, but you can never be too sure after those last 2 rounds.
All right, you said, what does he need to do? Number one right now is to get out of the sprawl, exactly, because that's a 50-50, and that's not a chance you want to take at this point. He just needs to
Oh my God.
I was going to say he needs to take it slow. He needs to stay on top and just try and, it doesn't matter now because now they're back on the feet. And like you said, this is anybody's fight. It's on the table. It's right there. Who's going to go grab it? I gave Papa Doc round 2, and personally, I'm giving him round 3. But I could see the argument for giving Spill Actions 1 and 2. So it's just a matter of who's going to go get it. Who's going to go get it? I need to see,
Minute 30.
Minute 30. Are we going to get a finish here? That'll just make everything so much easier as far as scoring this thing.
Clock is ticking away.
100% Kingsley. Yeah, Spill Actions needs to be Spill Actions here. He needs to go out there. He needs to strike. He needs to be what Spill Actions is, and that is the greatest striker we've seen in a very long time in this PS division. You got 50 seconds left. You very, very well may be down in this fight. You got to avoid the clinches. You got to reverse the clinches because
oh
my God, beautiful up kick.
How you do it? Come
on. Staying alive.
Seconds. I need to see a finish. I want one of them to go get this finish. I don't want to see the judges' cards anymore, guys. I am rooting for the finish. Who's going to go get it? We got 20 seconds.
No Here we go. 15. It's only about who's going to make the last mistake. Who's going to make the knockdown? Who is going to get it? The co-main event will go to the judges' scorecards. And man, I have to say,
what a fight.
Insane.
Man.
All right, so round 1, I feel like Spill Actions won it, but they showed Covington in the replay. I feel like round 2 was up in the air, but I gave it to Covington. And I feel like round 3 was Covington. But what are y'all thinking?
I'm definitely thinking Covington wins the fight. We're not going to see the hand raised.
It was Colby. I heard Colby. I realized I was talking.
Wow.
Papa Doc able to get the victory. We didn't be able to see what the judges score. It could have been, I think, we saw the total strikes be in favor of Spill Actions, but I guess the 2 knockdowns in the third round. The third one was definitely Papa Doc's. But I don't know about the first 2 rounds. Could you see it going into a split decision here, Yuri? Or did you think it was a unanimous? It was kind of tough to see after those 2 rounds. I kind of need to see that again to fully see where the judges were going with it.
And look, I've been in that position before, right? You've had a very, very close 3-round fight. You just want to get to the end. You just want to see what that was and not wait for the judges to put their hands up. Yeah, if I'm making a score out of it, I'm probably going to give Papa Doc a 29-28. Spill Actions landed more strikes in that second round, but again, that ill-fated drop right there towards the end of the fight really gave Papa Doc that. And, round 3 very, very well may have been a 10-8. So I'm probably going to go 29-28 to Papa Doc. Obviously, one of the best fights we've seen in a long time, and I think that very well could be fight of the night.
I think it could too. If I'm being honest, fellas, that's one of those fights that I wish this game had draws on, because I feel like that would almost be one that, I'd be fine seeing that one in 28-28. Give Spill Actions the first 2, but you give a 10-8 to Papa Doc in the third. But again, that's not an option here, so we don't even need to go down that rabbit hole. It would just be a lot of fun if it was.
I did get a majority draw in one contest in ranked. So I know it's definitely possible, but it was a very good matchup, an incredible fight that we've seen. This whole fight card has been amazing, but we won't even go to the fight card because, ladies and gentlemen, Crooks, Yuri, people in the chat, live here on Twitch and YouTube, it's about that time, ladies and gentlemen. It is your main event of the evening. It is DavyH versus Wordlife in the main event, 5 rounds in the lightweight division. And Yuri, when you look at the score scouting report, this is what you want in the main event right here.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want out of the main event. DavyH really, really desperately trying to break through into the ESFL, being ranked number 10. He's 2-0, and this is his golden opportunity to get the job done. He is a pressure fighter. He's got that Ed Parker-esque body work, and of course, a part of the No Stamina gang. You'll love to see it. I love to see that. No Stamina in the chat, Twitch family, YouTube family, and of course we have Wordlife, the guy, the main man, desperately trying to get that championship fight. He's gritting his teeth. He's probably shaking at the controller. Hurry up, Yuri. Let's get to this fight. No, not going to happen. He is a high-level striker. He's not afraid to brawl. Careful. Watch out for the head movement because he's very good at it. This is it, right? This is for the championship marbles. This is where you want to be. Frank, man, I'm so nervous for both of these guys.
I'm so excited. You said you're nervous for these guys. I'm excited for us and for the chat because I feel like they about to bring us a show. So we just got to sit back and watch. We don't have to judge anything. We just have to sit and enjoy the show that is presented and try to hold the hands of the audience through this murder.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of ESFL 114. Again, here we go. Wordlife in the red gloves using Dustin Poirier. Conor McGregor being used by DavyH in the blue. This is for the ESFL 114 main event winner. And I am your host and commentator, Kingsley. Alongside me is Yuri and Frank. And again, this is live on Twitch and on YouTube. And so far, 5 rounds, not 3. Both guys trying to put it on each other, trying to find a way to steal the spotlight from one another. And so far, we've seen the aggressiveness of DavyH, trying to use some kicks, trying to implement some combinations on his opponent, Wordlife, able to answer back, trying to land some combinations of his own, using those uppercuts to land a little bit, changing up the levels. And so far, different kind of pace, a very main event championship type pace that we're seeing so far right here, Yuri.
Yeah, and if I'm Wordlife right here, I'm doing exactly what he's doing. You want to get Conor out of that southpaw stance, really work down those legs, kind of grind him down, and it's exactly what he's doing. And you got to try and maybe check one of those leg kicks from Conor. Hope that he doesn't throw that rear leg kick too much, and get him thinking about the legs a little bit, then take the punches high, get the job done here, Wordlife. If I'm DavyH, I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm pressuring. I'm keeping this fight on the fence at all costs and just work down that stamina. So far, Frank, I mean, this is, as Kingsley said, this is a very championship-esque fight. Both of these guys know the implications. If they can get the job done, this could be their future.
Absolutely, man. And if I'm Wordlife in this situation, I'm trying to grapple. Anytime I see Conor McGregor, I'm trying to grapple him early because you got to get the wind out of those sails, man. a Connor with stamina is so dangerous. You don't want anything to do with that. So I'm trying to get him to the ground, drain some of that, and then we can worry about that later. You know, like whenever he's not hitting as hard in those later rounds.
Yeah, and so far we're seeing just good combinations, good body shots landing from both of these competitors. Way past the halfway mark of the first round of this main event contest. Wordlife just staying like a little bit further back, trying to gauge the distance, but he needs to watch out for the black gates. Good slips, a good pull into the slip to the right from Wordlife. Oh, but the whip and the punish, good punish from the hook into the body. Good correct work from DavyH. DavyH trying to slip a little bit. He knows he has that right straight, even though he's trying to be a little bit more patient. We see under 1 minute right here. Good body shots landing. And again, Yuri, just good pace for both of these guys. And both momentum going on each side.
Yeah, and look, this is exactly what you expected out of this fight, right? Who could ask for more? And look, guys, people in the chat, we really need you guys to understand that this could very well be the fight of the night. And we are going to host a poll at the end of this as we got 10 seconds left, clicking down. Beautiful body kick. We are hosting a poll at the end of this fight for fight of the night, performance of the night. So we really need you guys to stick around, buckle up, and we need you to post those votes. And man, that was just so good out of Wordlife. I'm definitely giving him that first round. He got a little bit more damage done, Frank.
Yeah, he got a little bit more damage done, but something to keep an eye on. He stamina than you never want to be behind the stamina bar with Conor McGregor. Now, I'm saying that now, but of course, every time I say something, they go do the opposite. So he's probably going to knock him out in the next 30 seconds with no stamina. I mean, that's just how these things always kind of work. But no stam gang. Can we rebrand that to the no stam fam? I like rhymes. It's just me. I like rhymes and alliteration. It's one of those things.
Well, they have plenty of stamina going to the second round, the main event right here on ESFL 114. Again, Wordlife in the red gloves using Dustin Poirier. DavyH using Conor McGregor in a good distance from Wordlife. Wordlife getting punished on the body, and he has to make sure he doesn't get hit a bunch because we saw a lot of people headhunting like that, able to get the rock, but the stamina is on his side. And now DavyH on the back foot a little bit more than we saw in the first round as Wordlife is taking more and more control right here, Yuri.
Yeah, and I like exactly what we saw from DavyH right there. He got rocked to the head, brought those paws low, and really blocked the body, expertly timed. Really not taking too much out of that. You got rocked now, though, so you got to be careful not to freak out. Realize you might be down in this round, and I like that shot there. Not going to get it. Maybe go back to it a little bit later as he forgets about it. Yeah, and if I'm Wordlife, man, I'm still continuing to work that leg health down, Frank.
Yeah, that was a great shot there by Wordlife. He wasn't able to get that one. Yeah, if he keeps chopping that leg health just like Dustin, setting himself up for success.
Yeah,
He'll be setting himself up for success if he can continue to do those things.
Sure, and 2:30 left in the second round right here, halfway mark. You saw some good body shots landing from DavyH. He's working that body really well, and you can see it on the stamina, and is making his opponent whip. Wordlife able to use more of his striking. I mean, good jabs to just set up the pace a little bit. And we see Connor with the right straight into the face. But this is where the troubling aspect is. When it goes to those trades, we see DavyH just moving back and able to land those body shots. And as we see, good takedown the sweep of the leg. And will he take it to the ground? No, gets back up. 140 left, and Yuri, so far so good for both of these competitors. Still very close.
Yeah, very close fight. And you know, Wordlife, we tried to go to the Dino Especial, that beautiful body kick, feint to the head kick. I don't blame him. And what I'm seeing out of Wordlife that he's got to start being conscious about, that I think DavyH is very well aware, that body health is dangerously low and that stamina is eerily small. Got to be careful here. You got to realize this is a 5-round fight, but this is what it takes to be a champion. You got to be aware that, hey, I'm at a disadvantage somewhere. I'm winning this fight, but I'm at a huge disadvantage that could be very detrimental to me later towards the rounds. I might have to get this fight ended here pretty quick. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Get him in the clinch, rock the boat, get to the fight. I want to see him move in the top mount and get just a little bit of damage done.
Yeah, we'll see if he's able to do that. Got about 10 seconds to work. Doesn't look like he's even going to attempt it. That would have been a great way to end this round, get on top, do some damage. Because right now on the feet, it's kind of starting to go Davy's way. I'm feeling like he's starting to get the better of these exchanges. He's starting to, really find his rhythm in there. and starting to time Wordlife pretty well, Kingsley.
Yeah, I mean, we have the thing. I mean, take a look at these replays. We see Wordlife able to do some good work. He's able to use that stamina very nicely. But again, another thing that worries me, DavyH is doing a good job working the body, and along with going with these strikes with Conor McGregor, we know he can headhunt. But when you're not defending that body, that will lead into some problems when it comes to a 5-round main event. This is not 3 rounds. If it was just 3 rounds, it was good, but so far, so good. And again, we will have a poll at the end of this fight of the main event to decide who is the fight of the night of ESFL 114. So you definitely want to stick around after this main event. But as we press on with this main event, good work from the body and nice job. So good from DavyH. DavyH doing a nice job just working the body. Try to go in the clinch a little bit. Oh, nice slip and a nice punish right there. That's what DavyH wants to do if he wants to take over this fight.
Yeah, and what I'm seeing out of Wordlife is that southpaw and his ability to really start working down that body health is very, very, very bad for Wordlife. He's got to be smart about it and get this fight down to the ground. Continue to not pressure Conor McGregor and just let the takedown come to you, Frank.
Yeah, but right now, man, Davey is doing a great job of timing him coming in. It's like he knows the pattern that Wordlife has approached, and he's doing a good job of intercepting him with either leg kicks or those teeps to the body or just punishing body work. You know, he's waiting on him to come in and then he's catching him, and he's starting to gas him out. You can see that in the stamina bar, and every second that this fight continues to go, Wordlife's going to be in a little bit more trouble.
And we are at the 3-minute mark. Again, a good body shot with a body kick. Perfectly placed from DavyH, and that stamina is halfway. Very much a significant stamina advantage from DavyH. There's no stamina here, but we know he can't work with this. Again, he needs to watch out. Look at that body health, just so low compared to, and now the legs are hurting. Everything is hurting for Wordlife. Wordlife needs to find a way. As I say that, a head kick to change the momentum, to flip it a 180. And now we're into the clinch to get some order. But DavyH, he needs to be careful. Even though he has his opponent, he needs to be careful of those home run hits right here, Yuri.
Yeah, home run hits, that is for sure. And we just saw Wordlife attempt to throw one himself. And finally, I get what I want out of Wordlife. Change that stance. That body kick has been chewing him up piece by piece. Beautiful, beautiful adjustment there. And you got to start throwing those teeps if you're Wordlife. Start working down that body health because you're at a huge disadvantage there. I'm not trying to sell out. I have plenty of stamina. I did a very good job of conserving it with 1 minute left in this round. Really start conserving that stamina and you know, just start working the body, throw those body teeps. I haven't seen DavyH, you know, really do a major lunge, and that's only the defense you could do to get away from those, Frank.
Yeah, right now, I mean, it seems like DavyH is starting to really, really find the, I mean, he's hurt him every body health is getting zapped. The stamina is gone. The leg is now something else he's got to worry about. To be honest, man, it looks like it's all Davey going forward. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's still a fight. Well, at any given moment, anything can happen.
We're seeing that
head kick, but
seeing the leg health just diminish as we're seeing if Wordlife can survive this round right here. Gets a nice push kick, but now we are in the main event rounds, the 4th round coming at you after these replays. But man, that body, the head health, the legs, all hurting on the side of Wordlife. He needs to do a lot to come back. And Yuri, it's going to take a lot, but he still has little head kicks in his pocket if he wants to use them.
Yeah, the head kicks, that is for sure, and that's something you're going to have to really keep going to the well in. And guys, we'd really appreciate it if you stuck around after this and get this poll done. We are trying to get these boys paid $25 for fight of the night each, and then $50 for performance of the night. We want these guys to get out there and get their money, so stick around and vote as we're seeing beautiful work here. And I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Wordlife so far to start this 4th round. You might be down in it just a little bit, but one thing I haven't seen is go to the clinch. Try and test that, because everything you're doing, Davey has a counter for it. Beautiful, beautiful rock there. Obviously, you're going to want to get out of southpaw with your leg up that low.
I'm begging you.
Dustin Poirier doesn't have that bad of a switch stance. It's pretty low. I believe it's like it's 91. So, you know, just be smart about it, not freak out, and work those body teeps, Frank.
That was a great head kick there by Wordlife. The front kick, not necessarily the roundhouse. He's trying to fire back, man. He's still trying to go get this victory. You know, he's very much a game competitor, but I mean, Davy's got him where he wants him right now, and it's looking like he just needs to stay patient, and the finish will materialize itself. Whether it be from body kicks or, just him getting caught on a counter. I mean, it's looking bad for Wordlife, but that's not to say he's out of it by any means. He needs to switch some things up.
That was the point I was going to make. Like, we know these fighters before. They are proven vets in the ESFL scene. And never to count these guys out when they're back into the corner. Actually, they get more dangerous when they're back into the corner because, you have nothing to lose. You already know that you're probably down in the fight. But again, those leg health of DavyH is kind of low, and that head health is in rocking distance. So one mistake could prove a little bit of a change. But again, these push kicks from DavyH, again, in response from Wordlife. And so far, under 2 minutes right here. Body shots and down the body into effect. But the uppercuts working a little bit in Wordlife. Wordlife, his back is to the wall, into the cage. Tries to go for a pull. Does it ever get it? Gets knocked down again. DavyH wins the main event of the ESFL 114. Incredible showing from DavyH from the get-go. Body, health, legs, able to destroy all of them to get the complete victory. Incredible performance from DavyH.
Yeah, and I'd hate to say that, look, there's that cliche saying, and Frank, I know you want to say it too, I can hear it. There's levels to this, right? And what I saw Wordlife do is really sell out that first and the start of the second round. Really sell out, try and get the job done, when in reality, he won that first round. He could have just tried his best to kind of coast on into it. DavyH had an answer for everything. And as Conor McGregor says, you better have a plan B. DavyH had a plan C and D. The guy was an absolute killer when it came down to it. Able to figure out everything, taking it all in stride. Very, very solid performance there for DavyH. Dare I say championship-esque performance there, Frank.
It was a very good performance by DavyH, man. I'd have liked to see some more grappling from Wordlife, but even then, for Davy, it probably would have gotten stuffed anyway because Davy, like you said, was one step ahead, man. Everything he tried was working. And that was like like you said, that was championship caliber performance. I mean, very well done there by DavyH. If you guys thought that was a championship performance, make sure you drop it in our poll. We're going to go ahead and throw that one up here soon, but we're dropping polls for fight of the night and I believe for performance of the night. Is that correct? We just want to make sure that everybody gets their dues. We want to make sure that you guys have a say on it because, at the end of the day, your opinion is the most important. Like back in Gladiator times, they looked up to the audience to see who was going to die. So give us your input on this. Let us know what you're thinking, who's got fight of the night and who's got everything.
And like you said, Frank, man, this is something that I just want to do for the guys. Really kind of, spice things up, dare you say, just a little bit. And, man, it makes it a little bit different when there's some cha-ching involved. So it always does. And it's going to do a really solid job. And I really appreciate the ESFL for doing this poll, man. It's going to make things a lot smoother. Now, let me ask you this, Kingsley. Mm-hmm. You're here, brother. Who had fight of the night? There were so many good ones.
I mean, we saw the 4 potential fight of the night things. Personally, in my opinion, I have to give it to Elite King versus Hermes MMA. I enjoyed the heck out of screaming out of that fight. That was so much fun. But I see in the chat, the one who is leading right now is Spill Access versus Papa Doc. I mean, our co-main, it was such incredible. All of these fights would have been incredible fight of nights for any previous ESFL cards. But, man, we only had to choose one, and there is money on the line. So, good stuff from all these competitors. Let's just give a round of applause for all these amazing competitors that came out today, even though they win or lost. They put it an amazing show. We had CM Punk versus Mike Perry. We had cartwheels. We had viral moments. We had incredible showings from co-mains and main events. All incredible stuff that you love to see here in the ESFL. And I think it goes to a decision. Spill Actions versus Papa Doc is your fight of the night in the poll. So, again, Frank, going to you. How do you feel about that co-main being fight of the night?
Very well earned. That was a back and forth fight. I know by the end of it, we were all screaming, and I was hoping for a finish. That got me fired up. That was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna say only, but my other choice probably would have been the Elite King versus Hermes. But again, I'm not upset by any means that Papa Doc and Spill Actions got fight of the night because they definitely deserved it. They earned it. Both those guys went out there and laid it all on the line, and Papa Doc was able to get done in the end. But that was just fantastic performance. I feel like we won that fight. Like everybody who got to watch that, we're the actual real winners here. The real fight of the night was the friends we made along the way.
Oh my God, what is this, an anime? Yuri, going to you. I mean, performance tonight, that's a whole different thing. I mean, there was a lot of great performances, a lot of great fights. When you have to think about the performance of the night, how do you feel where the people are going to be leaning on that aspect?
Yeah, man, I gotta say with the performance of the night, and this is just my humble opinion, Goat 1099 just
Mm.
looked like an absolute dominant force, unmatched by anybody in any console. And then of course, as much as I love Mr. Crooks 209, Matt Turk, man, he looked absolutely solid. When he got that fight down to the ground, it didn't look like he had any reservations. He was going out there to kill him. So, man, this is gonna be a lot of fun. And guys, we really hope you stick around. You know, vote for the poll. It makes everything a lot easier for us. Kingsley, man, this has just been an absolute banger of a card. And again, guys, if you're here, which you have to be because you all promised you would still be to vote for this, we really hope you guys would drop the like, ring that notification bell. And if you're on YouTube, I'm looking at you guys over there. Don't think I forgot about you. Hit that subscribe, man. Why not, right? It's free. That's all you have to do. And of course, if you're on YouTube, man, look at those membership goals, dude. You get some good stuff. I personally love the ability to fight a champion. I think that would just be so much fun, right? You get so much out of it, and you can become a better player yourself. Frank, man, when it comes to performance of the night, who wins it?
That's a tough one. All right. I'm looking at the options. We got Goat, Davy, Rennie, Bang Bang, Mad Turk. All these are fantastic options. Number one, Papa Doc's not an option. That's a question. I I gotta give it. Me personally, I'm giving it to Glass Table Girls. Just so I can make the joke one more time. The Glass Table Girl routine was.
You're voting because of a pun of a joke.
It's
That's
like you
what you're
don't know me at
voting?
all. Of course.
You're
Yes.
right. You're right. Oh man, I would say that's honestly they're all great choices. I will
They
also
are.
add like Papa Doc in there, but like man, like DavyH putting heck. I mean, just in that main event, just going back into it, like DavyH like destroying the head health, destroying the bodies, destroying the legs, just being a complete striker in that momentum. I mean, he definitely deserves some votes in it. Go 1099, being very dominant. To Bang Bang in his side, doing it with a Mike Perry gets to CM Punk. I mean, going on like off the beaten path and choosing like usually not the meta picks of the ESFL or the UFC for. I mean, incredible stuff. And then, as you said, Yuri, I mean, Crooks is our guy. We're going to be seeing him on Wednesdays for our affiliate leagues, ESFL network cards. But Mad Turk was able to put a nice performance, able to adapt. So all these guys have amazing stuff. And as the
Oh
poll
my
winds
gosh.
down, we
Oh
have
my
a little bit of
gosh.
a tie
Oh, that's a
between
tie.
DavyH and
Oh
Glass
wow.
Table Girls. I
We're gonna
mean,
have to do another poll, I would think, right? Or is this gonna go down to a coin flip?
I think it might. I think the guys in the back will tell us between those two who gets like the ultimate decision. I think the guys in the back would be the tiebreaker. But all around, what an amazing card that we had so far. Oh, it seems like we're getting news in the back that we're gonna run one more poll to let you guys decide who gets performance of the night. So if you're on Twitch, get ready for another poll because we're gonna get that set up. But speaking of the ESFL in general, Frank, going to you, we have 4 incredible events every single week. Can you talk about those events?
Yeah. Wednesday is always our affiliate network cards. So that's either the UFL, I want to say the IXC and
Primetime MMA.
Primetime MMA. Thank you so much. Those are our affiliate leagues, and that's how you get to the ESFL. You fight your way up through one of those leagues. We got the poll up, by the way, so if you guys want to go ahead and vote on that, go
Hey,
ahead and do that. But
vote.
Wednesdays, like I said, we've got our affiliate networks, so you get to see people fighting for their chance to be here on Saturdays and Sundays. Friday nights, we've got our Muay Thai tournaments. That's just all kickboxing, all striking. If you're one of those people who don't like grappling, come watch us on Fridays. That's here for you. I promise you're gonna love it. It's fantastic. Always a great time. And of course, Saturdays and Sundays, we've got our numbered cards. Saturday, we've got Bruce Lee, Rob Bailey, and I'm a Boxer in the booth. Those 3 always kill it. They are always fantastic. And then on Sundays, you've got myself, usually here joined by Yuri. Sometimes it just different people show up, man. We got Kingsley popping up. We got Paraxis popping up. Bro Cop, he shows up whenever he can. It's always a rotating door on Sunday. Crooks, it's a rotating
Don't
door on
forget about
Sundays, and we
Crooks,
love
my
everybody.
guy.
You called me Crooks. Yeah, I can't forget about him.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well,
But
this whole fight card was chaotic. Okay, you can't
it was.
blame me. All right,
No, not
it
at
was
all.
all
Not
under
at all.
spotlight.
But yeah, man, it's always chaos going on, and we love to have it, and we love to see you guys here in the chat. And we just hope you guys enjoy this as much as we do.
Yeah, if you guys enjoy it as much as we do, again, you can watch this whole event again on Twitch and on YouTube in our VOD section. I mean, you literally have a whole library. This is your ESFL network in a basis of just all incredible things that you want to watch. You want to see one of the greatest fights ever in Peyton versus a Bailey Nash. If you want to see a viral moments like this,
Hang
Yuri, go
on.
ahead.
Hang on. I think I just got a little tap on the shoulder, not a real tap on the shoulder, a virtual tap
Also, this is
on the shoulder from Z Hunter himself. This man just told me to tell you there is a very, very undisclosed special tournament coming Friday at 4 p.m. Central.
Word?
Guys, if Z Hunter told me in the middle of broadcast to check that out, then I think you guys should 100% check that out. That is the main man. That is the bosses of all bosses. 4 p.m. Central. Keep your eyes peeled out on the ESFL. This is going to be serious, obviously.
a little bit of a tease.
Big things coming.
Whoa.
Oh, and actually on the official UFC Twitch account, on the channel. So this is not going to be on the ESFL channel. It's going to be on the UFC, the official UFC Twitch channel. So if it's an undisclosed tournament, you definitely want to check it out because it's going to be huge. It's going to be big. You thought the fights were incredible. Those fights are going to be incredible as well. But Frank, going to you, I mean, that's a big deal. If Z Hunter is telling us about the tournament, giving it to Yuri and now giving it to us, and it's going to be on the UFC Twitch account. I mean,
yeah, that's going to be blessings all around. Like, first of all, thank you, like, to the UFC Twitch channel for on this show on Friday. I know that every fighter is going to bring their best. If you're on, like, whenever you show up for ESFL, people bring their best. We're going to be on the UFC Twitch channel, so you know folks are about to go show out. And I, for one, can't wait to watch it, Kingsley. I'm getting juiced up thinking about it, man. It's going to be on the UFC channel Friday, 4 p.m. Central, UFC Twitch, or I guess twitch.tv/UFC. Yeah. That's going to be a lot of fun, man.
I think Davey won the poll.
Yeah,
Did Davey win the poll?
Congratulations to Davey.
Yeah, good job,
Congratulations to DavyH for the main event victory and able to get performance of the night. Definitely some money going your way. And I mean, just a spectacular it's absolutely amazing to just see what this community has been. And now to be in again onto the UFC channel with this undisclosed tournament, bigger and better things. I wasn't lying. Every single time I say the ESFL is getting bigger and better, I was not lying. It's happening, and you will see it definitely on Friday. But again, along with that, so many other ESFL events, so many things happening on Discord. You could sign up, be a part of it. Maybe you could join us on the UFC Twitch channel in the future, possibly. A lot of great things and all this great stuff. So before we even get going, congratulations to our fight tonight and our performance of the night. But Yuri, going to you, any last words about this whole fight card and this fight night in general?
Yeah, I think 3 letters can sum everything up. FUN. Loads of fun, lots of good times. It was a complete blast.
Yeah, and then Frank, going to you. I mean, any last words for this whole contest and to the chat as well?
Yeah, just my normal 3 rules. Stay hydrated, respect women, support the homies. That's
absolutely. Those are 3 awesome sayings to say at the last moment. Again, for me, it's always been a pleasure to commentate with you guys and commentate to you in the chat on Twitch and on YouTube. I always have a blast doing this. Shout out to our mods for holding it down with predictions and just trying to keep the chat as calm and peaceful
and
as they can. And also, and Feckett for production.
Absolutely.
Production was amazing. Feckett is always a pro when it comes to our production. And all the people in the back that always help us out every single time we do these ESFL events. And I can't wait to do
not
more.
easy.
You guys, yeah, it really isn't. And we will see you guys next time when we're back live on Wednesdays. Be sure to check out UFC on their undisclosed tournament Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, I think. But we will see you guys at the next time. So without further ado, I have been Kingsley. That has been Frank, and then also Yuri. Where can they find you guys before we head on out?
Yeah, you could just check me out at Yuri Thunderdome, all one word, on YouTube. Would be really appreciative. Yeah, I just interviewed TD, actually, the Dons over there for the ESFL. Go ahead, Frank.
Nice. I was going to say, you can catch me at twitch.tv/FrankNo. I'm good for a funny tweet once a week at twitter.com/FrankNoTweeting. When Super Twitter drops, I'm gonna be booming though, so y'all just be ready for that.
Definitely check those guys out. Don't follow me. Don't follow my Twitch channel or my Twitter. Don't do it. Don't do it. Either way, thank you guys again for checking out ESFL. We love doing these events. We will see you guys at the next fight night. So have a good night. Be safe. Be kind to one another. And we'll see you guys at the next fight night. Peace out.